a stay-at-home dad, watching Disney movies he never had. His daughter digs through all the VHS, crushing the classics in a princess dress. Informed like Scuttle, Kurt's got your ticket, making it real like Jiminy Cricket. Most are off the Captain Hook, but if the Tweedledum, he'll be taking more shots than Bambi's mom. Leaves him raised like Simba, or cracked like the beach dishes. He'll show you a whole new world, you won't need 3 wishes. Stay at home, Disney Dad.
We're down in the Jersey one last time as we hit the ice with Disney's Mighty Ducks movie, The First Face-Off this week. We press play, no ads, we jump right into it. There's a team of mutant duck people playing hockey in an arena, but in the newspapers, there's mysterious mutant duck people who fight crime at night in the shadows. On the ice, the players who have the exact same body types as the silhouetted crime fighters in the news win another game. The police, bless their hearts, they think they have figured out who these vigilantes just might be. So after the game, the hockey team's manager, Phil Palmfeather, is taken downtown by Captain Cleghorn for questioning. Palmfeather just comes right out and says, they're a team of mutant ducks from a distant planet of hockey-playing duck people. There's the legend of Drake Duquesne. I'll admit this part clipped by extremely fast and I missed a lot of it. So I'm going to head over to Wikipedia and copy and paste the recap. Legend has it that centuries ago, during an invasion by a reptilian race called the Saurians, a duck named Drake McCain became the planet's savior over the Saurians' overlords. The legend tells that Duquesne did so with a high-tech goalie mask, which gave him the ability to see through the Saurians' cloaking technology, which was a game changer for him and his people. With it, Duquesne sent the Saurians to a mysterious dimensional limbo, but no one can tell if he really existed or not, because it's a legend. Again, this is clipping along at a lightning pace. Now we meet the bad guys. I think we're still in the backstory. The bad guys launched rockets to kill the ducks and blow up their planet. The bad guys went to get revenge on Drake Duquesne for what he did to his ancestors. He wants to destroy Puck World. That's the planet. And the missiles or the drone things destroy the planet, kinda. We're like ripping off Terminator 2 imagery here. They destroy the planet, turn it into a robot-run hellhole. The duck people are their slaves. There's a giant robot dinosaur stomping around. Okay, is this the whole movie, this flashback? Backstory, okay, the duck people are slaves. There's rumblings about an underground resistance. They're putting together a team. They're gonna defeat dragonettes. There's a place called Twin Beaks. Can't tell if I love this or hate it. Okay, we finally meet the team of 6 good guys they've assembled. We do roll call. There's Wild Wing Flashblade, voiced by Ian Ziering, Nosedive Flashblade, Duke L'Orange, Mallory McCallard, Tanya Vanderflock, and Check Grin Hardwig. They explain that Tanya is so smart, quote, she could set the time on the VCR. That joke is about as 90s as you're gonna get. They get in a plane and they head to Dragonus' headquarters. They're breaking into the headquarters of Dragonus, and they keep making like topical jokes for adults that are just not landing. I just want to know how this comes down to a hockey game between the good guys and the bad guys, right? On the villain side, I gotta look them up as well. I missed all of this. It's just so 90s. There's just so much dialogue as we're just going from scene to scene to scene to scene to scene. The Saurians are a race of reptilian humanoids, and the primary antagonists here, there's Lord Dragonus, is that how you say it? Wrath, Siege, Chameleon, and the Hunter Drones. This is like half Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and half Battletoads, the game for the Nintendo. Dragonus captures the main duck, Kennard, McQueen, or whatever. Once in a while, we pop out of the flashback as Palmfeather and Captain Cleghorn continue to be one-dimensional stereotypes. Palmfeather is the chubby 80s yuppie with a ponytail, and Cleghorn is the no-nonsense captain who can't believe anything. The shapeshifter henchman Chameleon turns into a baby and says, I'm only 5 months old, and turns into Arnold Schwarzenegger and says, kids grow up so fast these days. And my daughter thought that was hilarious, making me realize I've failed as a father and a human being in general. This is the last, I'm out. This is the last review I'm ever doing. I gotta fix this. The gal ducks are setting explosives to blow up the bad guy's headquarters. There's a dumb little brother everyone counted out, but he saves the day when he arrives in the spaceship to save the ducks. Don't ever count out the dumb little brother. Now they're chasing the bad guys through an interdimensional gateway. There's a worm a space worm that needs to eat something or eat everything. So the Captain Canard guy sacrifices himself to save the others. But first he hands his gold mask to Wild Wing Flashbait and says, "You're team captain now. Keep your stick on the ice," or something dumb like that. I don't know. Canard then jumps out and gets sucked into the worm. The worm eats him, but the others get away. I'm serious. That happened. They emerge on Earth through the dimension or porthole or whatever. There's a billboard that says, "Welcome to Anaheim, home of the mighty Toads." Now they end up on Earth, and like we're in Transformers now, okay? These duck people are just walking around Earth. The bad guys are on Earth as well, but their cloaking thing device is broken. They can't properly cloak. Cloaking it is an all-time low right now. The good ducks go to a comic shop and Wiener World, all the humans are scared and run away from these mutants. They get a water gun and say, "Whoa, they must have some interesting wars on this planet." They decide they will need to play hockey to keep their edge. I swear, this thing writes itself. They meet up with Palm Feather for the first time and tell him, "We're here to play hockey." Okay, so now we learn that the old hockey team left the arena for the big city, and if this little town called Anaheim doesn't get a new hockey team, they're going to lose the arena. Okay. All right, the Ducks play the token goon hockey team that everyone else is too scared to play. And we get like a glam rock noodling guitar solo as they beat the pants off this other tough team, and it's painful to watch. Not in like they're getting hurt painful way, but in a "he can't check all three of us," wham, checks all three of them. In hockey, all things are possible way. Within the week, these hockey playing Ducks are the biggest thing in the league. They can't say NHL, but it's heavily implied. In one of the flashbacks, the PA announcer in the arena actually says, "They're from another planet." So why is this police guy finding this all unbelievable, or was that like tongue-in-cheek? They drive around looking for Dragoness, but find a motorcycle gang terrorizing a couple, and they argue if they should get involved in human matters or not, but they do, and they crack wise, and they beat up the motorcycle gang and put them in the trash where they belong. This is just all Ninja Turtles copy and paste, right? They drop in computer animation once in a while, which makes me nervous because I'm hoping this is really early 90s, before we figured it out and knew better. There's a bad guy that looks exactly like a Ninja Turtle now, and a foot soldier. What are we doing here, folks? The transition between scenes are also awesome. It's a hockey puck slap shot wipe transition, just we have another we come out of the flashback. Canard is committing suicide. We go back to the flashback of Canard committing suicide, giving the mask, but the guy says he's not a leader, and yeah, Ian Ziering will never be a main character in anything he does. They built a secret headquarters under the Anaheim hockey rink like the good Ducks. Okay, I'll give them that. That's fun to think about, the headquarters underneath the arena. Wild Wing doesn't want to be the leader, and he won't wear the mask, which is the one thing that can counter the Dragoness' invisibility cloaking thing. So anyway, they show up to the bad guy's place. They're ambushed by Dragoness because the guy won't wear the mask, which counters the invisibility. So they're on the bad guy's ship. The henchmen appear, and it's a rematch. Dragoness finally comes, and he pounds all the Ducks. He puts his invisibility cloak and starts beating the new leader like a drum because he won't wear the mask, which counters the put on the mask, put on the We get the mask, handoff, flashback a third time because Dragoness thinks the mask died with Canard and the mask. Wild Wing finally figures it out way later than anyone else on this planet. He puts on the mask, and now he can see Dragoness, and he beats him up. Now the main engines of the ship are destroyed, and they're all going to crash. Everyone starts kissing this new leader's ass with sports cliches. The bad guys got away but promised to scour the city until they find the Ducks' secret headquarters, where the ice opens up, and then the arena roof opens up and a spaceship comes shooting out. No one will ever find that. No one's going to find them. No one. Never. Not even the employees who work in the arena could possibly see that. Perfect hideout. I feel like this should be the end, but we keep going. Palm Feather is taking a couple of them shopping now for clothes. We get a redneck garbage man who stops by and gives them some advice. I'm praying for credits. Oh my God, end this. The garbage man was actually an undercover cop. And now the cops are, another swerve. The fake garbage man isn't even the real fake garbage man. It's the shapeshifter chameleon pretending to be the fake garbage man as he has the real fake garbage man tied up in his truck. It's a super weird edit. This is funny. There's back and forth dialogue. Then it cuts to Wild Wing, who should say something to complete the gag and end it. But he just stands there. And I'm 100% sure they forgot to add his line of dialogue like the animators, the editors, because it made no sense. There's just an awkward moment where they suddenly cut to him, and he doesn't do or say anything. And then they cut away. The chameleon got into the good guy's hideout and he starts doing all these different characters, and I feel like I should know who they're supposed to be referencing, but I really have no idea. And if he's doing movie stars, this is just a complete ripoff of the old Spider-Man villain, also called the Chameleon. Wild Wing takes the police captain to the entrance of the Duck's secret hideout in the locker room, but the elevator won't work because the bad guys are inside and they've took control and they've locked the good guys out. They've just locked Wild Wing out, so Wild Wing knows something's up and he's trying to get inside. Wild Wing and the police captain are now going through the sewers trying to find another way in. The police chief or the captain looks around and says, "If the sewers are your secret headquarters, I'm underwhelmed. It's a sewer. Watch out, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The Mighty Ducks movie is coming for you." While also completely ripping you off. This reminds me of like the Streets Sharks cartoon and a million others. Just same energy. The chameleon guy lets the rest of the evil horde into their secret lair, like the good guy's lair. They're going to blow it up. The Ducks are worried that by tonight the stands will be full of fans who will also die in the explosion. So they've got everyone but Wild Wing tied up. Wild Wing, the police chief, get inside easily through the vents like Die Hard, which actually makes the good guys look really stupid if they broke into their own secret headquarters that easily. Wild Wing starts kicking some bad guy butt. The police chief sees him fighting these giant mutant monsters who are trying to kill them both, and he's worried about permits for this thing. They beat the first guy and move into the next boss fight, which are the flying robots that look exactly like mousers. I'm so annoyed right now. Everything in this movie is lazy. The animation, the characters, the dialogue, and the humor is like in this weird place where it's like over kids' heads, but too low-hanging fruit for the adults to appreciate. It's hard to explain, but the jokes in here are just bad. It's like the 90s making fun of the 80s, and I just don't know. I don't like it. The captured ducks finally escape, and I can't remember any of these characters' names without looking them up every time, honestly, because no one in this movie is memorable in any way except for the annoying chameleon character who takes up way too much of this movie. He's in every single scene. He's not even the main bad guy. I do like this Grim Reaper guy, but the rest of them, they all blend together. And the voiceovers are lazy, and even the music is lazy. I feel like I've been watching this movie for like 2 days already. It's now a shootout inside, like underneath the hockey rink, and the bad guys planted explosive pucks in the generator, and the arena stands above them, should be full as Anaheim is waiting for the hockey game to start. We cut to the rink and the crowd, and the announcer says, "I'm so excited I could explode." I wish I was in that arena right now, just counting it down. I hope it does go off and kills every character in the show, and just that's it. The cop then gets a donut, and then the cop gets cop power from the donut and starts talking smack and shoots this gizmo the bad guys were apparently downloading nuclear codes onto. He shoots it out of their hand after cracking wise again, and the bad guys, the monsters, are scared and they retreat from this human because he's a cop and he's on cop donut power. I wish I was making this up. The Ducks head up and they play their hockey game, and then they have a tender moment with police chief in the locker room after they all agree that they're on the same team. We get a shot of the arena and the voiceover is all, "And that's how the Ducks made friends with the cops in Anaheim." And then we get, wow, a glam metal Mighty Ducks song. Jim Belushi and Ian Ziering were the only voice actors I recognized. What year are we looking at? God, even the credits are painful. Randy Peterson sang that glam rock song. I'm sorry. Randy Peterson is an American songwriter and producer. He is best known for writing songs for Disney's High School Musical movies. He has also written songs for Disney's The Lion King 2, Aladdin 2, and The Little Mermaid TV series. 1997, come on, 97 was such a great year for everything. There's no way this was 1997. I hate that. As amazing as the 90s, where there's so much crap like this that we all collectively ignore. No one talks about what happened to cartoons after the Ninja Turtles broke. There was a million rushed Turtles ripoffs like this, like Street Sharks, that missed every single point that made the Turtles unique. I'm not even a huge Turtles fan, and they were obvious key elements to the Turtles story arc and characters that made them a hit with kids and adults. It wasn't just the visuals, but no one ever bothers to think that over. They just tell the animators to animate some goofy mutant and expect their cartoons to resonate the same way that Turtles did, and they never do, and they never did, and they never will, because it all starts with the script.
That's what I think about.
What do you think?
What we have is a concern about Curtis Anderson. His interviewing style is not the best. His personal appearance is not the best. I was wondering if the man has some kind of a hold over the channel that he's allowed to be employed for so long with the standards of journalism and personal appearance that he has. Thank you.